Hello, I'm Dawn Durham, and welcome to PaTTAN Pod. PaTTAN Pod and the entire PaTTAN system remains dedicated to providing professional development to educators and supports for families and students. Last time we were together, we talked with Dr. Drew Hunter and Dr. Hilary Mangus, educational consultants from the statewide PaTTAN team of school psychology. They were talking to us about the unique role school psychologists play in the larger communities. Joining us today are other members of that School Psychology Initiative, Dr. Erica Caruter, Shonda Talene, Dr. Gina Spicknell-Cook, and Dr. Nicole Holland-Sims. Welcome all of you. We're excited that you joined PaTTAN Pod today.
Thank you so much for having us.
I want to just talk, we talked to Drew and Hilary about school psychologists and their role, but we have approaching on us as National School Psychology Week. So Gina, would you help me out in sharing some information about what is National School Psychology Week?
Sure. So to know about School Psychology Week means you probably know about the National Association of School Psychologists, or NASP. So NASP promotes the profession of school psychology, and one way of promoting the profession is National School Psychology Week. So this year, School Psychology Week is November 9th through the 13th. So school psychologists are important for a lot of reasons. And of course, I'm biased, but school psychologists, along with educators, help children thrive in school, at home, and in life. And you can find out more about school psychology and NASP and the resources, the professional development, the research and policy that NASP provides on www.nasponline.org. And on the website, there's a link for National School Psychology Week, where you'll find activities and materials to help celebrate.
So when we think about school psychology work, National School Psychology Week, it's really about NASP, this national organization, promoting and sharing the profession of school psychology. And this week is just a particular week in which we can dedicate to enhancing or refining everyone's insight and knowledge about these individuals that play such a vital role in our schools and our larger communities. So thank you for sharing about this week. I appreciate it. Nicole, let me ask you this. So every year, National School Psychology Week has a theme. And this year's theme is the power of possibility, quite a strong theme. And when we look kind of dig and tear that theme apart, the word possibility implies hope, growth, resilience, renewal. Possibility suggests that maybe something so small as a seed can go ahead and grow into something magnificent. Power implies that something will and can change and adjust. When we think about the power of possibility and all of these words coming together for school psychologists and educators and families in general, what does this year's theme really mean to you in the power of possibility?
Dawn, that's an excellent question. The power of possibilities is a beautiful theme, particularly for the current climate that we're in. More so than ever, we need to think about the power that we do have and the control that we do have over our circumstances, and also the possibilities to see the things that we do plant grow and thrive. And so as school psychologists, we have a very optimal role in every school system to be those change agents. And so our role really allows us to be system level thinkers. And not everyone has that credit. So I'm really excited to be a school psychologist, because with that systems level thinking, we're able to really think about all of the different people that influence those systems: families, communities, students, educators. And so even though we're in the midst of very unparalleled times, these are things that I often call a problemtunity, because it's an opportunity for us to really shape and renew and refine education so that it's not the normalcy that we had before. We're taking it up a notch. And that power of possibility really lends itself to the school psychology role. So it means a lot to me. And I'm really appreciative of the theme this year.
You said a couple of things, Nicole, that I just want to highlight here. It's the power of what we can control, and it's us being the change agent. Someone's got to take lead on starting that change. And that's what National School Psychology Week, the power of possibility, is really about. And I might have to use this word. Was I correct? The problem, say that again for me, where it's a problem opportunity.
Problemtunity.
I'm going to have to use that word. I think that's so true. This is a problem that's come up, but we can take this problem and turn it into a great opportunity. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I know our listeners will as well.
Sure.
Now, Shonda, let me pull you in here and asking school psychologists, what can they do to promote this year's theme in their schools, in their larger community settings?
So the theme, The Power of Possibility, could be used by school psychologists and other educators in many different ways, from starting school-wide initiatives to having conversations with families and community members about how best to support the growth and development of students into thriving individuals. Activities can include counseling activities like building social skills and teaching students the power of focusing on the positive, and classroom activities such as using the NASP, National School Psychology Week poster. You always get a great poster during the School Psychology Week. And you can use that to spark conversations with students. The power of possibility doesn't only apply to students, it also applies to adults, your colleagues, community members, families. And there are many activities that can focus on recognizing colleagues, families, and community members, such as participation in the Possibilities in Action Partner Program through NASP. So the goal is to publicly recognize special contributions to students, positive outcomes, highlight the importance of meeting the needs of the whole child, and foster continued collaboration and advocacy on behalf of students. So as you can see, there are many possible ways that the school psychologists and other educators can apply this theme.
You know, Shonda, I love that you talked about, because I think I was even a little narrow-minded here. You talked about school psychologists and others. All educators can really grab onto this theme this year. And not just the educators, but the students, the families, the community members. And I think that's something that we all need to keep in mind, is just because this is a week that's dedicated to the profession of school psychology doesn't mean that all of us cannot benefit and learn and grow and engage with the activities that are really geared towards this week. So I appreciate you really highlighting that for us. Thank you for that. Erica, let me ask you this. Now, we have a School Psychology Initiative, a statewide PaTTAN team who are trained as school psychologists. Tell me a little bit about this initiative and what does it do beyond this National School Psychology Week?
Sure, that's a great question. Thank you, Dawn. So the school psychology team was formed in July 2020. We're a relatively new team. There are 9 of us statewide on this team, and some of them you met on the part 1 of the PaTTAN Pod. A few are on this one. There are a few who aren't on the PaTTAN Pod today, but we're really excited to bring some professional development opportunities to school psychologists across Pennsylvania. So over the summer, some people listening or watching may have seen the School Mental Health Professional Summer Series. We kind of piloted that as we were getting this initiative up and off the ground. And we had like 1,500 people registering for each session. We were really blown away by the amount of response that we had just trying some things out this summer. So we have our first official training plan. In November and December, we're excited to bring a related service provider symposium. We're breaking that up over 3 days for school psychs, also our friends, our speech language pathologist friends, OTs, PTs, school nurses. So we hope some people will join us for that. We know that people are doing some really innovative things during remote learning, during these uncertain times for sure. We are going to continue in each regional office, our Pittsburgh, our Harrisburg, and our Malvern offices, some networking for school mental health professionals. So that includes school psychs, school counselors, social workers, maybe some community providers that provide services in schools. Our team is working on for March, psychological counseling as a related service. So we'll have that on our training plan. And, lastly, a big session that we'll have, database decision-making really permeates all aspects of what school psychologists do. So we have a 3-part series, School Psychologists as Change Agents. Nicole hit on this a little bit, where we'll have 3 different sessions. People can attend 1, 2, or all 3. One session will be looking at disciplinary equity. One will be looking at, as we think about systems level data, systems level, class-wide, down to individual student data. We'll also look at data within school-wide literacy practices. How do we interpret those data on a school-wide level, as well as math? I'll be helping co-present the math one. I'm really excited about that. So look for some things to be up on the PaTTAN calendar. All of our team members are working on some special projects as well to be released in 2021, 2022. So this is kind of our starting year, and we're building upon that for next year. So we're super excited.
You should be super excited. I have to tell you, you said about 1,500 people joined this summer in regards to some of the professional development opportunities you've offered for a brand new initiative. That speaks to the need. That speaks to folks out there saying, this is something we need. We need more information. We need more coaching. We need more technical assistance. And I'm so proud of the PaTTAN team for answering that need. So thank you for that. And you really touched upon the many opportunities that this initiative has for school psychologists and others, as Shonda had made sure that we really thought about, and others in regards to how we can provide professional development and technical assistance around school psychology to those around in Pennsylvania. So thank you for highlighting all of that. I greatly appreciate it. Now, Gina, let's say we have someone who's listening that wants more information about the School Psychology Initiative, or more specifically, how they can inquire to get assistance from this team. Where do I send them?
Well, the best place to look would be the PaTTAN webpage. PaTTAN.net is a comprehensive resource. There's so much on there, to be totally honest. I'm still learning, and I started at PaTTAN in May, and it's an unbelievable, comprehensive resource to learn what PaTTAN has planned for this school year, as well as access previous content, such as videos from conferences and training series across initiatives, PaTTAN pods like we're doing today, behavior bites, resources, and contact information. You can search the different PaTTAN initiatives, such as MTSS, family engagement, special education leadership, and inclusive practices, just to name a few. If you want to contact a PaTTAN consultant, you can find the contact information listed under those initiatives, but you also may use the search button, and I can tell you the best place to find that, or the easiest way to find that. So you go, if you're going to search by name, you will go from the PaTTAN homepage, scroll all the way down to the very bottom, and there's a blue tab, and it's labeled Locate PaTTAN Consultant. You click that tab, and then the search boxes will appear, and you can search consultants by name, area of expertise, or location. So we have offices in the West, in the central of Pennsylvania, the central region, and in the East. And the PaTTAN School Psychologists are currently building out the School Psychology Initiative webpage. So please check back often to see what's been added.
Thank you. So really, we're talking about, first going right to that PaTTAN website, www.pattan.net. That's kind of your go-to place. Start there. And I think that's great for you to highlight, and thank you for doing that you can look up by location. I'm in the western part of the state. I'm in the eastern part of the state. You could also search by the area of initiative or need or interest you're looking in. I need more help with math. I need some assistance with school psychology. But you could also search by consultant's name. So thanks for highlighting those 3 avenues we have to be able to reach out to this team and the great work that you're doing across the state. So thank you for that. Thank you, all of you, for joining PaTTAN Pod today. As we said earlier with Drew and Hillary, we wanted to really spend some time highlighting school psychologists, as we think sometimes we get a little narrow-minded and pigeonholed into their task. And that's truly not the case, that it's so much more broad and so many more hats that these individuals wear. And we so appreciate all of you joining us to talk about National School Psychology Week and how we could bring the power, the power of possibility, that theme into action in our schools and in our larger communities. So thank you so much to all of you for being here today on PaTTAN Pod.
Thank you so much for having us, Dawn, and the school psychology team looks forward to providing training and technical assistance to school psychologists across Pennsylvania. Thanks so much.
Thank you to all of you in the field. You are an inspiration to us all. A special thank you to John Radsdale for producing this podcast. We'll see you next time on PaTTAN Pod.